guys, welcome back to my channel. Mermaid Nina here. So we're taking another break from my Sunday night series because after I did my May updates video, like literally the next day, Disney and Universal like blew up the headlines and updated and changed lots of policies. So lots of things have gone on since I did that May update. So here I am again with May number 2 updates on the parks, the policies, and all that good stuff. We're going to talk about them now. I have quite the list, so I can't believe how much it blew up literally the day after I filmed that video. So let's get into it. So first thing that kind of happened was Florida came out and said, you know what? We're done with COVID restrictions. We're done with the social distancing, the temperature checks, the mask mandates, all those things. Florida basically said, we're open. Several states have since then followed suit. Now, I was not expecting Disney and Universal and all the other theme parks in the area to update their policy that quickly, but sure enough, within a few days, Universal, I'm talking specifically about Universal Orlando and Disney World, both in Florida, did update their policy. And I'm kind of a little shocked, I'm not gonna lie. It feels a little fast, but at the same time, like if that's where the numbers are and if that's what Disney feels is safe, I'm sure they know a little bit more than we do. I'm gonna go with it and I'm gonna trust, but I'm here to tell you what those updates are. Are you guys ready? I am still like shaking over the change. First thing is no more temperature checks and screenings. So if you've seen my videos, you will know that every time I enter a theme park, I go through like a pavilion booth thing and someone from Advent Health takes my temperature check. They making sure that I do not have a fever of anything higher than 100.4. Now this is done with. No more temperature checks at both Disney World and Universal Orlando. That happened pretty immediately. They were like, we are done with temperature checks. The next thing that had happened was reduced physical distancing. So Universal came out and said, nope, we're done. 3 feet at max. You definitely don't need that 6 feet of distancing. Disney, on the other hand, didn't really come out and give a specific number, but they did say that they are phasing out and adjusting their physical distancing, meaning certain areas of the park might not need to be at that 6 feet. Maybe certain areas can be at 3 feet. We're not really sure. Disney hasn't come out like specifically and said these things, but I can tell you what's going on. Disney has been removing their signage. So a lot of their signage that will say, you know, social distancing 6 feet, Disney's been removing that 6 feet tidbit of information from those signs. A lot of the resorts and other such things on Disney property are actually removing all of their signage. So I'm not really sure if they're gonna post updated signage or maybe this is just kind of like the way of the future and soon we won't need any posters because maybe all this is just gonna go away. Not really sure. The next thing Disney has been quietly doing is they've been removing the plexiglass from some of the attractions and ride queues. So it's not happening on all of them and it seems to be happening very slowly. So as you see my park videos, I always try to film which rides have that security, protection, clear wall of safety, whatever the heck you want to call that thing, the wall of plexiglass. They will have it in ride queues. They have it on ride vehicles. They've been having it, you know, when you're told, okay, you're in line 5, you're in 4, you're in 3, and people are standing next to each other, they've had them right there. So Disney is slowly reducing those plexiglass shields. And Disney has been adjusting ride vehicles as well. So they've been loading all the rows on certain rides. So yeah, again, this is kind of like quietly happening. But yeah, it is very interesting to see. I'm just gonna assume Disney knows more than I do and I'm gonna try to go with the flow. But of course, all of this is based on how you feel and if you're comfortable. So the next policy change I am gonna say is optional. Are you ready for this one? This is the big woozy, the giant one. Are you ready? No more masks. Outdoors. That's right, just outdoors, no more masks. So you can do whatever you want with these bad boys. but they are not required in Disney's common area. So basically when you're walking up and down Main Street, when you're heading towards a ride, or when you're eating your Dole Whip or sipping your soda or whatever the heck you're doing, you don't need to wear a mask. You don't even need to wear masks during pictures anymore. But Disney has come out and said specifically where you do need to wear these masks. So I'm gonna get into it. First thing first is they are 100% required indoors. So anything that is indoors, things all your shopping, entering restaurants, all those kind of things, and ride queues. So any sort of ride, attraction, or theater show, as you enter the indoor queue, you need to have your mask on. You absolutely need to wear masks during all forms of transportation, so monorail, buses, all those things. And you do need to wear your mask when entering the park, just because that would be when there's a flood of people kind of entering and exiting right there. But once you've made it through the turnstiles and once you're kind of just in a common area, you can absolutely take off your masks per your comfort level. So I will say that as soon as this was announced, it's been mixed. It's been mixed. So a lot of people who are locals have been putting out video and footage of people. It's not everyone, I will tell you. So if you are sort of on the nervous side or not quite ready to trust yet, I will say that you are not alone. A good many people were taking off their masks, but you still saw several people that chose to keep them on. But anyway, this is of course totally optional, but it is, it is us moving forward. It's us finally being able to say, maybe, just maybe, COVID is going away, things are getting better, life can come back to whatever normal is. So these are good things as we move forward. The other thing that came out was capacity level. Now Disney's been very honest and forthcoming by saying capacity is at 35%. Well, they came out and said that they are gonna be slowly, actually it wasn't even slowly, they said immediately they were gonna up capacity, but they didn't really give us a number. So we don't really know what a secret number is anymore, but I will say that the very next day I did see that summer availability did reopen. Of course, it's now been booked, it is no longer open, but as soon as he made that announcement, there was more availability in May, June, and July. August, September, thus going forward, has always been in the green. And yes, Universal is doing the exact same thing. So Universal has upped their capacity. They are not doing masks outside, and they reduced the social distancing, like I said. So that is the big news coming out from Disney and Universal and kind of Florida theme parks at the moment. Some of the other theme parks, which I don't really discuss often, have followed suit as well. So make sure if you're headed to Florida that you keep an eye on this ever-changing policy here, because who knows what they're gonna say next week. But yeah, for now, you don't need to wear your mask 24/7. So I will say that a lot of people have been wearing them on their wrists because you are kind of taking them off and taking them on. You will see a lot of people kind of wearing them on their chin. This might be a good time to invest in a lanyard. I know it's gonna look obnoxious, but if you have a lanyard with a carabiner, you can at least put your mask on the lanyard, so you're not constantly trying to get it in and out of your pocket, in and out of your backpack, because I will say things will move a lot smoother if you can quickly mask up when it's time to quickly mask up, as opposed to digging through your bags for your mask. Disney is 100% saying you still need your mask. So do not show up to the park without your mask, and you do need to carry it with you everywhere because you never know when you're gonna need to pop that sucker on. But yeah, crazy. So on to the next thing is pretty much around the same time, again, after my last video, Disney announced regarding Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. Here is the scoop. So Disney came out and said, we are not doing the holiday party. We are not doing the traditional Mickey's Not So Scary. But what we are gonna do is an after hours event called Boo Bash. Now what we don't know is what entirely this includes, but we don't know the price. We don't even know when they go on sale, although they did say next month, so sometime in June. They did say, however, that parties will run starting August 10th through Halloween. And I can honestly say I'm gonna be there for at least 2 of those dates. So I'm pretty excited to check out the Boo Bash. Now the things to note also, just like previous holiday parties, is you could enter the park slightly earlier. So the party is slated to run essentially 9 p.m. to midnight, but Disney is saying you can enter the park as early as 7 p.m. And note, you do not need a Magic Kingdom park ticket, nor do you need a Magic Kingdom park pass reservation starting at 7 p.m. All you need is tickets to the Boo Bash, which of course will be at limited capacity for the party, as it always was. It was never, you know, it would book up essentially. What they also are saying is masks are required. At least currently masks will be required for the Boo Bash. I'm assuming also outdoors. It's just a guess because those holiday parties can get pretty busy with people, and I don't know at what limited capacity Disney is selling these tickets, but they did specifically say that masks will be required, and I'm sure they will update what that means. But what's gonna happen during the party, or at least what's different from Mickey's Not So Scary, the only thing I can really think about that would be really different is no fireworks. It doesn't sound like they're gonna have like a big show, like they're not gonna have the Hocus Pocus show that they normally have up on the castle, and no traditional parade. But what they are gonna have are cavalcades. And if you've heard me talk about cavalcades before, I love them. So I highly suspect they're gonna take all the floats from Mickey's Not So Scary, from the Boo to You parade, and kind of run those down as cavalcades. They will continue to have the candy stops, which means you can trick or treat. They will have character sightings throughout the parks. Now they called them character sightings, so it makes me feel like it's not a meet and greet. More or less, hey Evil Queen, hey Dr. Facilier, as opposed to waiting in line to meet them like you traditionally would. They did specifically mention the Dapper Dans, or the Halloween version of the Dapper Dans. I'm assuming they are gonna run across the parade route like they would normally do right now anyway, almost like their own cavalcade. I highly suspect that they're not doing like a stage show, or at least a really long one like Hocus Pocus was, just because it draws a crowd. The same thing with fireworks, it just draws a crowd. They also said that rides will be open, thus meaning low waits for those rides. They're gonna have the traditional themed food and beverages and all that stuff. And of course, special lighting and decor and all that stuff they always had for the Halloween party. So again, the only thing I can really think of that's really different is stage show, fireworks, and large parades, which they're not really doing right now anyway. And I will come out and say, not Disney related, but Universal Orlando did come out and say Halloween Horror Nights will happen this year. So that's pretty exciting as well. Last year they did a modified Halloween Horror Nights where just like impromptu one house kind of opened up, which was pretty cool. As you guys may or may not know, I absolutely love Halloween Horror Nights over at Universal Orlando. It is 100% scary. It is not for the faint at heart. Those actors can really scare you. It can be pretty intense, but I love it. So yeah, maybe I'll get over to Halloween Horror Nights this year, but things are moving forward, which is a good sign. Another thing about Disney is they did say they're opening up more restaurants, which is amazing. I absolutely love that they are opening more things up. Of course, I did predict this back when Disney said they were hiring more cast. I said more cast means more restaurants, so that's absolutely happening right now. Chef Mickey's is now going to be open for dinner as well. So when Chef Mickey's came out, it was only breakfast to lunchtime. Now they're going to do breakfast and dinner, which is amazing. They also announced that Cape May Cafe is opening up. Cape May Cafe is over at Beach Club. They traditionally had a character buffet breakfast, and then they have like a seafood dinner. They're not really doing that. They're just doing breakfast and dinner, but no characters. Either way, it's still another great opportunity to have different types of food over there at Beach Club. And of course, hands down, everyone's favorite restaurant in Animal Kingdom, Tusker House, is reopening. Now, I absolutely love this because since COVID opened, Animal Kingdom had very limited eats over there, especially for table service restaurants. It was really just kind of Tiffin's and Yak and Yeti. So they are reopening Tusker House, which will be a character meal. Woo, woo. I am so excited. I am sure it will not be a buffet character meal, but there will still be social distancing, safari, Donald, Daisy, Mickey, whoever out there at Tusker House. So get ready for that. Another big thing that came out is Magic Mobile. Now, all of you who watch my Magic Band videos are always commenting, Nina, I don't need Magic Bands. I can use Magic Mobile. Guys, I made those Magic Band videos before Magic Mobile was a thing. And for those of you who don't know what that is, it's basically the ability to use your phone instead of your Magic Band. So now you have the option, Magic Band or cell phone. I will say that the cell phone capabilities aren't 100% right now. Disney is still working on beefing up that system, but it is now for iPhones, Apple Watches, and Google Play enabled Android phones. So if you have an Android like I do, you just have to have Google Play activated. And not Play, Google Pay activated on your Android. The only thing that it really does right now is it lets you into the park. So you can store your park tickets on your cell phone, and instead of using a Magic Band like you normally would, you can use your cell phone. You could always use your cell phone to open your resort door, so that's not really a huge chain. It does say here in their notes, which I'm just gonna read for you guys, that you can enter the theme parks. Okay, Nina just said that. It says it can connect to Disney PhotoPass. Okay, great. But you could always connect to Disney PhotoPass using the My Disney Experience app, so I'm not so sure how that's a big deal. It also says that you can join access to the virtual queue for Rise of the Resistance. But you could do that before. You could do that on the My Disney Experience app, which is also on your phone. Now, it does say coming soon that you will have the ability to do charges on your phone while at Disney and have it be charged to your Disney hotel account. So right now, of course, I can link a credit card onto my Magic Band. Anytime I buy anything, I use my Magic Band, and it all just gets charged up at the very end through my Disney hotel folio. So they're working on it. It's definitely happened. It got rolled out. It's not 100%. They're definitely beefing it up. But for those of you who do not want to get a Magic Band, maybe you're just going for one day. Maybe you're not even staying on property and you just need a way to enter the park so you don't have to fiddle with a bunch of tickets. Then go ahead and get Magic Mobile. You don't really need a Magic Band if you're just going for a couple of days. I stay on property. I absolutely love having the Magic Band. Again, I can make charges. I enter the park. It's super easy. Don't have to worry about batteries running out. I don't have to worry about trying to find my phone so I can do stuff. I'm absolutely pro Magic Band. But for those of you who are just going for a couple of days and you don't feel the need to spend that extra bit of money, then go ahead and look up Magic Mobile. Now, before I end this video, there are a few rumors I want to talk about. Now, again, I don't usually do rumors, so all the information up until this point is 100% legit, correct, comes directly from Disney. But there are a few rumors here that have been swirling around that I want to talk about because it's interesting. First rumor is, now it's not really a rumor, but what it means could be the rumor, is Disney went ahead and they are looking for firework technicians. What could that mean? Why is Disney hiring people who specialize in fireworks? Are they bringing back fireworks? Are they just hiring firework technicians to help with the new Epcot's Harmonious show? Are they going to bring back Fantasmic? No one knows, but it's very interesting to think about. Fireworks could be coming back very soon. Again, this is a rumor. Second thing that's on the rumor mill right now is due to all this kind of changes with mask policies and everything that's going on and numbers going down, is Disneyland might be able to up their capacity. Now, if Disneyland can up their capacity, at what point will Disneyland be able to allow non-state residents? Could be coming soon. So these are just things to kind of just, I don't know, pay attention to. Now, the most rumor of all rumors that I have no idea if they're true, Nina's just really interested, is there could be a rumor that some hotels are returning. So for those of you who don't know, there are certain hotels right now on Disney property that are just not open. They just never reopened per COVID. For whatever reason, Disney selected these hotels to not reopen yet. There is a slight rumor going around that Animal Kingdom Lodge and the Port Orleans hotels could be reopening soon. No one knows when, no one knows if this is the truth, but it is a rumor, and a rumor I'm kind of excited about. Therefore, I am mentioning it to you guys. But with all that being said, I just can't believe that Disney is, oh my gosh, no masks outdoors, guys. I cannot believe this. It's just crazy to me. Of course, my state did also say no masks are required outdoors, but my state said it was for only people who are vaccinated. Disney in Orlando didn't specify vaccinated or unvaccinated because they can't really pinpoint that. No one can really prove whether they've been vaccinated or not. So they're just saying no masks outdoors. It's just crazy, guys. Crazy, exciting to think about what the future could hold, to think about what more is coming back. So stay tuned as always to my channel, because once I get this information, I will be presenting it to you guys. But I'm really curious, not to get political. Nina is not political. I don't want to go there. But I'm curious how many of you are so excited about the no masks that you cannot wait to not wear your mask outside. And I'm curious which one of yous are like, not ready yet. I'm still gonna wear my mask. I'm just curious. So if you feel comfortable, please leave that in the comments because I'm interested. But as always, guys, I so appreciate you watching my channel. If you haven't already, please subscribe. If the subscribe button is red, please click it, turn it gray, hit the bell icon for notifications, like this video, and again, comment. I wanna know how you feel about all this quickly changing policy. At least for my state, when spring break happened, which by the way was last month, my state was still in the red. My state was still having really crazy high cases. And now all of a sudden, like a month later, we don't need to wear masks outdoors. So it's kind of exciting to think about that this could be over soon, but then part of me is just a little nervous. So I'm just curious where you guys land. Again, just if you're comfortable, share that information. But as always, guys, I appreciate it. Stay tuned for more. Mahalo for watching. Nina out.